Hello, bachas. Welcome back to the channel, the F in Physics, where the F in Physics stands for fun. Now, in today's revision lecture, we will cover a topic named thermal physics. Under this, the first topic is going to be Brownian motion. A Brownian motion there are only 2 or 3 type of questions which they ask you. Okay, 2 theory and 1 diagrammatic. So, if it is for 4 marks, they will ask you what was observed and what was the reason behind it. If it is for 6 marks, they will ask you these two along with a diagram for Brownian motion. And sometimes 1 or 2 mark question comes in MCQs. Okay, so if they ask you the diagram, you are going to draw a microscope. Okay, label it microscope. Then you're going to draw a container which has got air along with smoke. What you have to remember is smoke is light, air is heavy, and there is a source of light over here. From here you will observe. This diagram comes for 2 marks. ठीक है, obviously यहाँ पे एक छोटू सा slit होगा for light to move out. Or sometimes they will give you that here is a smoke particle, draw the motion shown by the smoke particle. Then you can just draw straight line till it hits the dish, bounces back, ऐसे randomly कुछ path बना दो. Okay, what's important is in between the 2 collisions with the container, this smoke particle should travel in a straight line. ठीक है? So this is for 2 marks. This normally comes in MCQ most of the time, and this part comes in structured, which we are going to discuss right now. So the first part, what was observed? You're supposed to write that it was observed that smoke particles move randomly for 1 mark. This point is for 1 mark. Randomly in a zigzag path. This point is for another mark. Okay, so this is for 2 marks. The reason behind it, you're supposed to write that air particles are heavy. Okay, next point, these air particles bump into smoke at random, making them move randomly. Okay, for another mark. So this is what they will ask you under Brownian motion. The next subtopic is thermometer and temperature. Okay, to define temperature, this is what you are supposed to write: the degree of hotness or coldness. Okay, is temperature. What you have to remember is temperature is also a measure of kinetic energy of molecules. मतलब higher temperature means higher kinetic energy, which means higher the velocity of the molecules or the particles. Okay, thermometers अगर पूछा, thermometer if they ask you, then you write an instrument used to measure how hot or how cold a substance is. Okay, instrument used to measure how hot or cold a substance is. Now we move on to different types of thermometer. The first thermometer that we have is liquid and glass thermometer. ठीक है, हर thermometer का एक principle पूछेंगे वो लोग. So the principle behind liquid and glass thermometer is thermal expansion. Okay, what are the liquids that we use? Mercury, which is normally used. ठीक है, sometimes we use alcohol. Okay, either mercury or alcohol normally cold places में. Why? Because the temperature falls to a very high amount, to a very large amount, and mercury वो time पे freeze हो जाएगा. ठीक है, -39 I suppose is the freezing point of mercury. So it falls way below this temperature. ठीक है, now there are a few terms under liquid and glass thermometer that we are supposed to remember, and Actually not terms, these are fixed points. So one is the upper fixed point and the other is the lower fixed point. Upper fixed point is normally 100 degrees Celsius. Not normally, it is 100 degrees Celsius. Lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius. Since it is 100 degrees Celsius, we call this upper fixed point as steam point as well. And lower fixed point is ice point. Okay. अगर वो लोग ने कैलिब्रेशन का पूछा, how will you calibrate the upper and the lower fixed point, or how will you calibrate the thermometer, how will you mark the upper and the lower fixed point, then you are supposed to write for upper fixed point, you will suspend the thermometer above boiling water, and for lower fixed point, you will make sure that the bulb is completely surrounded with melting ice. Okay, these are the things that you will do to mark upper and the lower fixed point. After marking the upper and the lower fixed point, you can divide it into equal pieces to calibrate the thermometer. Okay, this is based on calibration and upper and the lower fixed point. A few other terms associated with thermometers are, first is sensitivity. Okay, so sensitivity, you are supposed to remember, sensitivity is how much distance the liquid in the thermometer travels for every degree rise in temperature. So distance covered by liquid for every degree increase in temperature. Okay, obviously a liquid, if it is covering more distance, it is more sensitive, and more sensitive thermometers are better. How to increase sensitivity? I will give you two points for each of them. First point is increase the size of the bulb, or use a thermometer with a larger bulb. Okay. Second point is use a liquid that expands more. So liquid that expands more. Okay. This is what you will do to increase the sensitivity. Now moving on to range. Range is defined as the difference between the maximum and minimum temperature a thermometer can measure. Okay? And how do you increase the range? First is use a liquid that expands less. Liquid that expands less. This is point 1. Second way to increase the range is use a capillary tube which is longer. So longer tube. The tube which I am talking about is the capillary tube, जहाँ पे mercury होता है. The next term is responsiveness. Responsiveness is how quickly your thermometer can measure change in temperature. How quickly thermometer can measure the change in temperature. Okay, and how do you increase responsiveness? So responsiveness basically is with conduction. जितना जल्दी conduction होगा उतना जल्दी responsiveness होगा. इसके लिए use a thermometer which has got thin walls. Okay, so thin walls of thermometer, obviously conduction ज़्यादा होगा. Second is use a smaller bulb, or a thermometer with a smaller bulb. Last term is linearity. Okay, linearity is when the distance covered for every degree rise in temperature is same. Okay, so same distance for every degree rise in temperature or increase in temperature. Okay, तभी बोलते हैं हम scale linear है. Okay, so in your ruler each centimeter or rather each centimeter readings are at the same length. Okay, तो उसको बोलते हैं linear scale. And to make sure that the scale or the thermometer is linear, sorry, not the scale, the thermometer, you use a liquid that expands linearly or uniformly. The next part is the two other types of thermometer in the syllabus. Okay, thermocouple and thermistor. Sometimes they tell you to draw the diagram of a thermocouple thermometer for 3 marks. Okay, so what you will do is you will have to draw something like this. एक ऐसे बड़ा सा meter with a screen. Okay, thermocouple में there are 2 wires. Okay, of different materials. So what you do is यहाँ पे you show 2 wires of different materials connected together to form one junction. So this is junction 1, or you can label it as hot junction. Okay, junction 1. Internally they are also connected together to form junction 2. Okay, this is my second junction, junction 2. ठीक है? So this is how you are going to draw a thermocouple diagram. You can label these 2 wires कोई भी मटेरियल ले लो. सपोज मैंने ले लिया कॉपर और एल्यूमिनियम. दे जस्ट वांट 2 मेटल्स which are different. Okay, this is how you draw thermocouple thermometer. Thermistor के लिए you are going to draw something like this. Okay, यहाँ पे होगा आपका डिस्प्ले, यहाँ पे होगा मेरा probe which has got the semiconductor in it. अब इनका प्रिंसिपल इज इंपॉर्टेंट. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ थर्मोकपल इज, सी यहाँ पे 2 वायर्स है, 2 डिफरेंट मटेरियल्स ऑफ वायर्स एंड दे आर फॉर्मिंग 2 जंक्शंस. ओके, सो व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ डिफरेंस इन टेम्परेचर एट 2 जंक्शंस एंड ईएमएफ इज इंड्यूस्ड. सो डिफरेंस इन टेम्परेचर एट 2 जंक्शंस induces EMF. Okay, or you can write voltage or you can write current. They accept all the 3. For thermistor, the principle is as temperature changes, resistance changes. ठीक है, so this is about thermocouple and thermistor thermometers. Next question that they might ask you is, what are the advantages of these thermometers over liquid and glass thermometers? So there are 2 advantages. One is that these thermometers, the thermocouple thermometer or the thermistor, are more responsive. Okay, they are more responsive. Other advantage that they have is, since these are metals, और liquid and glass thermometer में हम liquid use करते हैं obviously, so liquid का जो range होता है वो कम होता है. Okay, यहाँ पे they cover a larger range. Okay, so this comes for 2 marks in the exam. The next part is with respect to transfer of heat or the modes of transfer of heat. Conduction, convection and radiation. These are the 3 methods that you have. In सबका molecular theory comes for 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 marks. So molecular theory of conduction is, now conduction happens in solids. Okay, so molecular theory will be with respect to solids. Solids and molecules are close together. So when you supply heat, the molecules start vibrating. Okay, vigorously. Very important. बच्चे सिर्फ molecule start vibrating लिख देते हैं, which is wrong. So you have to write molecule start vibrating vigorously, or you write the molecules, or rather there is an increase in vibration of molecules. Okay, you have to mention, you have to show that the vibration is increasing. Second point is, since it is vibrating more vigorously, at a greater extent, they collide with the neighboring molecules. Okay, and when they collide with the neighboring molecules, they transfer heat. ठीक है? Now one thing that you're supposed to notice, this comes very rarely but कभी कभी आता है. They also want you all to write sometimes about free electrons. ये normally आएगा explain how transfer of heat happens in metals. So along with these 3 points, you will also write this point which I'm giving you all, that the free electrons also gain heat and start colliding with the molecules. Okay, so अगर वो लोग ने नॉर्मल का पूछा है, you can write these 3 points. But if they ask you about metals specifically, what is the difference, then you are going to mention about free electrons, that the free electrons also gain heat energy. They start moving around the surface of the object and they start colliding with the molecules, transferring heat energy from one end to the other. So conduction का direction होता है from hot end to the cold end. For convection, you're supposed to remember it happens in liquids and gases, basically fluids. Why? Because convection में molecules move. Conduction में they're not moving, they're only vibrating vigorously. Okay, so convection का molecular theory would be as you supply heat energy. Obviously, कभी भी हम कोई liquid को heat करते हैं, we heat it from the bottom. Okay, so molecules or the liquid at bottom gains heat. Okay, so जैसे है molecules gain heat energy. The second point that you'll write is since the molecules gain heat energy, the temperature of molecules will increase. Okay, temperature बढ़ गया, then since the temperature increases, the volume of the liquid, very important, volume of liquid. Kids sometimes write volume of molecules. Molecules का volume will not change. Temperature of the liquids or molecules increase, volume of the liquid will increase. अगर volume बढ़ गया, then density decreases. This is a very important point for convection. That there's a decrease in density. अब density कम हो गया, so this hot liquid which is less dense will move up. Since this less dense or hot liquid is moving up, convection का direction होता है in the upward direction. Then we move on to radiation. Radiation requires no molecule, so इसका molecular theory नहीं होता है. Okay, and radiation is the fastest method of heat transfer. In vacuum or air, this is the speed by which it travels in the form of infrared radiations normally. This is what you're supposed to remember. Radiations में you have different types of object. Okay, जो color पे based होते हैं. You have black and you have or rather you have dark and you have bright colored objects. So I'm not doing that part, बहुत easy है. The next part is thermal expansion. Whenever you heat any substance, let it be solid, liquid or gases, the molecules gain energy. हमने देखा. Okay, they vibrate vigorously in solids, in liquids and gases. Temperature बढ़ जाता है, volume बढ़ गया. This increase in volume happens in solids, liquids and gases both. This increase in volume is known as thermal expansion. Okay, solids show all the three type of expansion. मतलब उनका length भी बढ़ता है, along the length, along the area because they have fixed area or fixed dimension, and along volume. So solids में all three type of expansion takes place. For liquids and gases, they show only one type of expansion, that is volume. Okay, this is what you're supposed to remember. Molecular theory for solids would be conduction का वापस लिखना है. Okay, थोड़ा सा एक additional point आ जाएगा बस. That molecules gain heat. This is for solids, remember. Okay, vibrate vigorously, collide with neighboring molecules, and when they collide, they push them apart. Okay, and obviously when the molecules will push them, intermolecular spacing बढ़ जाएगा. This is what happens in solids. This is about solids. For liquids and gases, you can write down these points. Okay, temperature increases, volume increases. This is thermal expansion, liquids and gases. Normally लोग पूछते नहीं है, but still remember. So this is about thermal expansion. इसके applications आपको आने चाहिए. The applications. Okay, bimetal strip पड़ा है. Bimetal strip, which is also very important. So you have two strips of metals having different expansion, different rate of conduction. So when you heat them, the strip bends. Okay, it can bend in any direction depending upon what metals you are using. Just remember, the outer strip, if it is bending more, इसका expansion is more. Inner strip का expansion is less. Logic है. अगर expansion ज़्यादा है, so obviously contraction भी ज़्यादा होगा दोनों का. Sorry, ऊपर वाले का. Okay, so upper वाला will contract more because दोनों को original length पे ही आना है. This is what you are supposed to remember about thermal expansion. The next part is evaporation and boiling. Okay, दोनों में we are moving from liquid state to gaseous state. The only difference in evaporation, you have cooling effect. Cooling effect, यहाँ पे the temperature will not change. Sorry, the temperature will not change, so delta T will be 0. यहाँ पे delta T is not zero. In fact, जो temperature है वो कम हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे there is no change in temperature. Why? We'll see that later. Okay, but evaporation produces cooling effect. So if they ask you difference between evaporation and boiling, normally they ask you for 2 marks. So you can write down evaporation produces cooling effect. Boiling will not produce cooling effect for 1 mark. So cooling effect. यहाँ पे there is no cooling effect. Evaporation happens at the surface. Boiling happens throughout the liquid. Okay, throughout the liquid. Third point you can write down, for evaporation there is no requirement of external heat supply. No external heat supply. यहाँ पे you require an external heat source or heat supply. Okay, these are 3 points. They normally ask for 2, not more than that. Then comes the molecular theory of evaporation. ठीक है, which comes in the exam for around 2 to 3 marks. They can also frame this question in a different manner where they ask you why does evaporation produces cooling effect. So what you are going to write is that the molecules at surface gain heat energy. First point. Okay. Second point you are going to write, since they have gained heat energy, this heat energy is used to break the bonds. So bonds break and these molecules with high energy escape the liquid. Okay, अगर molecules with high energy have escaped, मतलब I am left with molecules with low energy. So molecules with low energy are left behind. अब obviously अगर molecules with low energy are left behind, मतलब the temperature of the liquid has gone down. Why? Because हमने define किया था, if you remember, we had defined temperature as the measure of kinetic energy. ज़्यादा kinetic energy, ज़्यादा temperature. So since molecules with less energy are left behind, the temperature of the liquid has gone down. And the last part of the topic is effects of heat. Okay, very important topic. This is where kids make a lot of mistakes. So under effects of heat, you have to remember, when you heat something, any one effect will take place at a time. Either there will be a change in temperature or there will be a change in state. If there is a change in temperature, we call it as, or rather we say that the heat energy used is, each minute, or rather we use the concept of specific heat capacity or just heat capacity. And when there is a change in state, we use the concept of latent heat. Okay, दोनों के अपने molecular theories हैं. Why this happens, why the other one happens. Okay, if they are telling you that there is a change in temperature, the formula that we will use will have this change in temperature included. If they are telling you there is a change in state, then you are supposed to remember the formula will not have change in temperature happening. ये दोनों एक साथ नहीं हो सकते हैं. If the temperature is changing, you are supposed to remember that the state remains the same. And if the state is temperature changing, your temperature will be same. Okay, so ये याद रखना. When you are using the concept of specific heat capacity, latent heat नहीं आएगा, और when you are using the concept of latent heat, specific heat capacity नहीं आएगा. Okay, so if there is an ice melting, we will use this. तब ये formula will not come into picture. But if you are heating water, then we will use this concept. तब ये नहीं आएगा. दोनों एक साथ कभी नहीं होंगे. Okay, now sometimes they ask you the reason behind it. Sometimes they ask you why in latent heat is the temperature, or rather there is no change in temperature. Then what you kids are going to write is, this comes for 3 marks. Okay, why is there no change in temperature even though you are supplying heat energy and the state is changing? Then you are supposed to write these 3 points. First point is, obviously you are supplying heat energy, मतलब वो किधर तो use होना चाहिए. So the heat energy supplied is used to separate, or rather increase, the intermolecular distance, or rather separate the molecule, जिसको आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो. Okay, so heat energy supplied is used to increase the intermolecular distance and break the bonds. ठीक है, so this is for 1 mark. ये heat energy कहाँ जा रहा है? That is what you are supposed to say, that the heat energy supplies is used to separate the molecules or push them apart and then break the bonds. Second point you are supposed to write is that in this process the temperature remains same as no heat is used to increase the kinetic energy of molecules. Okay, sorry, this is for 2 marks. 1 mark is for writing increasing the distance, 1 mark is for writing breaking the bonds, my bad. Okay, and for mentioning that kinetic energy remains the same, yeah, kinetic energy does not changes, you get 1 mark. Are we clear? This is what you are supposed to write when they ask you about latent heat. Now, to generalize these two, the graph we all know के heating curve looks something like this. Okay, let me just label these points as A, B, C, D and E. यहाँ पे है change in temperature, this is time. So we can clearly see that at B and D, the change in temperature is 0. तो यहाँ पे you will use the formula Q equals ml. L is the latent heat. Okay. At points A, C and E, there is a change in temperature. So you will use the formula Q equals mc delta T. Oh, I forgot to define specific heat capacity and latent heat. So let me give you the definition of specific heat capacity. Now specific in physics means unit mass. ये याद रखना. Okay. So to define specific heat capacity, you are supposed to write this, that the amount of heat required to increase the temperature, see specific heat capacity में increase in temperature आ गया. Okay, of unit mass of a substance, since it is specific, we are mentioning unit mass. By 1 degree Celsius, whatever terms I have underlined is very important. So based on this, bachas, your formula will be Q equals mc delta T, where this C is specific heat capacity. So C equals Q upon m delta T. This is the formula that you use to find specific heat capacity. Okay, if your C is more, मतलब आपको ज़्यादा एनर्जी लगेगा to increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Now talking about heat capacity, फर्क क्या है दोनों में? Specific is for 1 kg. Heat capacity is for the entire substance. Okay, so heat capacity is the same definition. सिर्फ ये जो unit mass है ये नहीं आएगा. So specific heat capacity will be the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of the entire substance by 1 degree Celsius. And the formula for heat capacity is going to be m into C or Q upon delta T. These are the two formulas that you are going to use for heat capacity. Okay. Latent heat definition would be amount of heat required to change the state of a substance, without changing temperature, Okay. Now if you recollect the graph, दो places पे हो रहा है, at B and D. Okay, so there are two latent heats. One latent heat is latent heat of fusion. Fusion is to change the state of a substance from solid to liquid or vice versa. Okay, there is something known as latent heat of vaporization as well. तो वहां पे होगा liquid to gas and vice versa. Okay, so sub definition same लिखना है. If they ask you what is latent heat of fusion, you'll write the same thing, amount of heat required to change the state from solid to liquid without changing the temperature. If it's vaporization, you will write amount of heat required to change the state from liquid to gas without change in temperature. If they ask you specific latent heat, then you will write the same definition, सिर्फ वहां पे unit mass डाल देना है. Okay, just write down of unit mass if specific is required. Okay, so I hope I have covered every subtopic of this chapter. If there's anything, do post in the comment section below. Thank you.